Hello! Today I want to show you how to create a nice Christmas box with the help of your Vulcan FC700 or FC500, any flatbed cutter from Vulcan. With the help of Adobe Illustrator, we're using some generative AI to create the patterns for the Christmas box. And yeah, just some nice boxes that you can use for your customers, for your family, whatever you want. Okay, so let's start by getting our box design, because that's the tricky part. It's very hard to really design your own box layout, and that's where we're using templatemaker.nl, which is a great website. It's a designer who's offering these box designs that you can download and that you can use. You can even use them commercially, so check out his license here, which is very permissive. So yeah, just highly recommend it. That's the free version, the possibility to get those designs for free. There are also some commercial websites where you can purchase packaging designs, like diecuttemplates.com, just as an example. So yeah, several possibilities to find your own package design so you don't have to build them completely by yourself. So here we can see many different designs that are available. What we want to have here, here we can have different options of designs. We can have a star-shaped design and several designs. So we're going to have a gift box, which is a very simple and easy to build box. Then here, when we click on the gift box, we can see the preview, how it looks like. We can adjust our length and width, and yeah, let's say we want 120 millimeters width, length, and then 80 and 80. Just as an example. For the page size, we need to select what kind of material, what paper we have. So in our case, we're using A3 Plus in portrait mode. That's the material that we have in our printer. Depends on what printer you're using and what kind of material. So for file format, we just use PDF and we click Create. So now it's creating our template as a PDF file. So we get the finished template. Now back to Illustrator. By the way, it works the same on Windows, so it doesn't really matter if you're using Windows or Mac. So we open our gift box template here, which now looks like that. That's been created. Let's just remove the information, because that's something we don't want on our printout, of course, and we need the space for the Vulcan registration marks. So now we have our box here, and what we want to do now is fill it with some nice Christmas-related layouts. So if I'm a graphic designer, I could now start designing some Santa stuff, but yeah, that's not what we want to do right now. So first, this is our layer where we have all the cut and crease data. So I rename that layer as cpro2 underscore contours and remove uncheck the print option, because that's something we don't want printed. So click OK. And then for the graphic design, we create a new layer. And now what I'm doing is creating a shape here in this new layer. So just a rectangle, very simple. And in that rectangle, if we go here, we have this new feature, Gen Shape Fill. It's still a beta, but works very well. So I want a Christmas theme for a gift box with Santa and some reindeers, gifts, and other Christmas things. So that's my generative AI prompt. Could adjust some settings here. Let's just give it a try, see what happens. So now it's filling, and it's filling exactly that rectangle that I just created, which is great, because this way I know exactly where it's going to be put. So yeah, well, looks interesting. It's a female Santa, so didn't expect it to create that, but why not? It's 2024, so why wouldn't we have a female Santa this time? Now here, once again, do the same. Gen shape, full beta, generate, And you can play a lot with the generative AI technology. Just recreate your prompt, adjust the prompt depending on what you want. Once again, a female Santa. Now let's have a classic Santa here. So we have a female Santa here at the top, classic Santa here, and yeah, it looks like pretty nice gift box. And yeah, adjust your settings to your requirements. So if you want to change something different, no problem. Just play a little bit with the AI prompt. Here, yeah, you want to position it a little better like this. Yep. Okay. So yeah, now here we have our nice gift box design. So what we're doing next, by the way, I'm not a graphic designer, so that's not my profession. I'm just doing what I just showed you. Up next, we need the registration marks. So we have a Vulcan FC700, which is this one. We want to use a QR code. Let's use the new X2 function, so we will get two QR codes, which makes it easier to put it in. Let's just click Create. Here we have our QR codes. And now all we need to do is export that to SignCut. Now in SignCut, here we see our design. Let's make sure we have selected the right cutter. So we have the Vulcan FC700. Write to file, because we want to create a PLT file and use the hot folder function, and we want to use a multi-sheet cutting option, which makes it much more efficient to produce multiple sheets at the same time. Basically that's it. Now we go to contour cut to cut everything out. For the multi-sheet function, it's important that the extra feeding when using or feed forward after cut, this option here, is set to 0, because we don't want it to feed forward after cut. That's very important. We can adjust our sorting, get a little preview, what it's going to do, how it's going to do the work. And then here we need to have, of course, cut in color order on the flatbed cutter. So the blue lines are our creasing line. So that's where we select our creasing tool. 0 blade offset, 0 overcut, 5 passes. That's my personal recommendations for creasing, but always depends on your material and applications. And here for the cutting, we use our 60-degree blade, 0.65 blade offset. Let's set the overcut to 0.5, usually a good idea. Just one pass, and now click OK. And now if I click Cut Out, the SignCut software will produce my PLT file, which I can then use later. So let's just go here, save the PLT file. And yeah, one more thing we need to do, of course, before we can start working, is do the actual printing. So here we have our file. So in Illustrator, I go to File, Print, and send it to my printer. You'll probably have very different options and different printers than I have. But let's see, where is it? Do we have the SRA3 here? Nope, we don't. Okay, so the reason why we didn't have the SRA3 is that we selected the wrong printer. So I have to switch to my OK Pro 9431. And now I can select my media size, which is A3 wide, also known as SRA3. I have my design here. If I need to do some setup for the printer, I can do that here. Click on Setup and then select how I want to feed the paper, for example, and where I want the paper to come out. If there are multiple stackers on the printer, that's things I can all adjust here. And now we want 4 copies to use our Vulcan multi-sheet functionality. So that's for the FC700 4, for the FC500 usually you can only have 2 at the same time. So now we print 4 of these boxes, and then we're heading over to our showroom to show you how to actually cut it with the Vulcan FC700 and produce those Christmas boxes. Now here we have the printer, which is printing the boxes on our 300 gram paper, which is perfect for folding those cardboard boxes, and that is what we want to do. So here we can see how it prints a few sheets, which is usually quite quick. So once we've printed those sheets, we can start aligning them on our plotter. And here the important thing is to have all 4 sheets next to each other without any gaps. And in the center you can see the registrations marks, which need to be next to each other with a distance of 2 centimeters, because we have 10 millimeters distance from the edge for both sheets, so it's always 2 centimeters. That's the important thing. Then on our display, we press the button, the hidden button on the force setting, and there we have the multiple sheet cutting option, which in this case we set from 1 to 4 sheets. If you only have 2 sheets next to each other, you can set 2 sheets here. Then we adjust our speed and force, so as we need it for the cutting. And now we can see how the machine starts cutting. So we just position, as usual, the tool over the first registration mark, and then we just press our QR code button, and the machine will read the QR code and automatically retrieve the right file, either from the USB thumb drive or from the network hot folder, which the SignCut spooler can provide, or alternatively the file center software. Now, as we can see, the machine is cutting our first sheet. First it did the creasing, now it's doing the cutting with the right tool. Now it goes to the second sheet, that's the second sheet, and then continues to the third and to the fourth sheets. As you can see, we increased the video speed here, so we don't have to wait for all 4 sheets. However, this is rather quick, so it just takes a couple of minutes to finish, so you don't really have to wait very long for the production of that. It's like, just checked that it was 2 minutes and 50 seconds, so less than 3 minutes to cut all 4 boxes. And when the boxes are finished, it will automatically return to the origin position, and then you can put in the next 4 sheets and have those worked continuously. Now we can easily remove the excess material so that our boxes are remaining, and we only have our boxes left. As I said, you can design them however you want with the help of Illustrator and with the help of Illustrator AI. And you saw how quickly and easily we could create those Christmas boxes without any graphic design experience, just with the help of AI, a printer, and a Vulcan flatbed cutter. Here we have our 4 boxes. Now we're folding one, and that's how it looks like, ready to go. So, Merry Christmas, and thank you very much for watching this Vulcan tutorial video. Hope you can create your own Christmas boxes with those.